That's good to go.
Today, we're gonna scan parcels to find out if they have any contraband.
I'm gonna send you a big package. If we are satisfied, we're not let it go. If they are contraband, we're gonna seize them and confiscate them. That one has something inside, I don't know what it is. We need to open it. Kind of heavy.
It's manifested as an air filters.
Okay. In my experience, air filters are not this heavy. It has a lot of weight. Some tempering along the edges. Oh, something hidden there. Some aluminum foil inside. This is one that gives away about contraband. This is not a filter. We have some items inside here. The item seems to be solid, seems to be boxy. So I don't want to cut it, and actually I should be wearing a mask because I don't want to expose myself. It can be drugs, it can be contraband, anything. Wow, there's a lot here. I see boxes and e-cigarettes. It's amazing how people go to the extremes to hide items. These are cigarettes coming from another country, and people don't try to pay the duties. This is a big business. They actually have their own intel and trying to play around our rules and regulations. Our laws stating that you gotta pay taxes. Like one pack of cigarettes, for example, here in the United States, I believe it's about $10 here in New York City. And overseas, costs you like what, 30 cents, 50 cents US dollars? So if you send it over here and you sell it, you're gonna make a lot of profit. We got... Let's go. 7 deep. So 7 deep times 10 is 700. 700 times $100 for each packet, street value, is $7,000. Give it or take, $7,000. The profit that these individuals are making goes to criminal organizations that actually promote crime, promote terrorism within the United States or outside the United States. We're gonna return the cigarettes to the United States Postal Services, where they will determine if they will send it back or they will be destroyed. This doesn't stop. We get one parcel out, we got 2 in. Next box.
Hello, where are you going? Work. Anything in the bag? No. Bye-bye. Happy day.
We are at the Paso del Norte port of entry in El Paso, Texas.
Hola, ¿dónde vas, güey?
Aquí el
Buen día.
Gracias.
Just the sheer volume of people that we have, I kind of like to think if you can work PDN, you can work anywhere. Hello, sir, your bag, please. I'm CVP, Agriculture Specialist. ¿Tiene fruta?
Oh, here.
Those are prohibited.
Oh, man.
My primary role here is to protect America's agriculture from any kind of invasive pests, diseases. ¿Tiene algo más de fruta verdura? ¿Qué es esto, señor? Oh! However, we may be finding things that are out of our jurisdiction. Narcotics, currency, fraudulent documents, even control medication. That's where we call the CBP officers to take over. Uh-oh. Can you check this? We see a lot of pills. No drogas, medicina, dinero. Clonazepam. Tramadol.
Son para mi esposa, hace la presión y para la rezan para dormir.
Okay. Can you just take them now? Yeah. All right, thank you, ma'am. 90 and so 90 and 60. Yeah. Can I please have an officer to AQI X-ray? It's undeclared 90 pills of clonazepam and 60 of tramadol. And he's got this one. None are declared.
Subject is a citizen of Mexico. He was referred because AQI discovered undeclared medication in his bag during the X-ray exam.
Let me just take a look. All right. Can you step over? All right. ¿Para dónde iba? Para Phoenix. ¿A quién tiene allá? Vaya usted.
Tengo una otra mi esposa y le daba esta lo usa para
¿Esta es la primera vez que le lleva tantos medicamentos? ¿La primera vez?
primera vez que no.
¿Sabe que todo esto es recetado? ¿Necesita receta para eso?
Sí,
¿Lo sabe?
sí,
¿Y
me
por qué
lo
trae
dan,
tanto?
seguro.
¿Y por qué trae tanto? ¿Y esto tiene marihuana, jefe?
No, pues no sabía,
Pero este medicamento no es para usted, para su esposa.
pero mi esposa sí.
Medications are a controlled substance. One of the medications was tramadol. It's pain medication, but it is an opioid and it can be abused. That doesn't necessarily mean you cannot bring it. If he would have had a U.S. prescription, then it totally would have been fine, depending on how much he was bringing.
Le pregunté que si sabía que el medicamento era controlado, me dijo que sí. Sí, jefe, pero eso es en México.
Our officers are conducting a pat-down to make sure that the individuals don't have any hidden medications or anything else on his body.
Pues asustado, pues no me había pasado de esa cosa.
Es aquí, la chaqueta que tiene, quítesela por favor y déjala ahí.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Coming up. Coming up.
Air Marine operations, we cover the air and sea.
Go ahead.
We have air patrols, conducted surveillance. If they detect something, they will notify the Marine units, and the Marine units will conduct an interdiction.
Where you guys coming from?
Just came from Yemen. Is there anything wrong?
We're just doing a random document check.
Okay.
There's a lot of different smuggling trends. You have smuggling from Colombia, Venezuela, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic. It's happening north, south, east, and west. Once this contraband makes it to Puerto Rico, it's a lot easier to take to the mainland U.S.
You're good to go. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, sure. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Coming up.
Sometimes these interdictions could happen at sea, and sometimes they might happen on land. ¿Tú le interveniste en el agua?
Sí, yo le di seguimiento hasta
Okay.
la prueba.
We received information that this boat was coming in from St. Thomas earlier this morning. The route they took was from a known drug smuggling route. And recently we've been getting a lot of narcotics off these center console vessels. Puerto Rico Police Department made the initial stop on the vessel. We talked to the captain and the passenger, and they got complete the stories of where they was coming from. So we're gonna do a further inspection.
K9's gonna run it.
Look at that. He's hitting on the center.
Dog hit on the center console. So now we're gonna escort the boat to San Juan so we can conduct that X-ray search.
Es por seguridad.
Un protocolo.
Es por protocolo.
Toma que la mano.
Vamos a ir. So, RPD is going to be in front. Be behind me, please. I just want to be recording all the time.
Okay.
Anything, just give me a call or call me on the radio.
Will do.
All right, let's go. We're leaving to scan this vessel that just crossed the border. At first, they lie, saying that they came from Culebra, but an actual receipt was found that they bought food from St. Thomas today. So we suspect that this vessel might contain a hidden compartment. Let's find out.
All good?
All right.
Entiendo que en México no necesita receta, pero estamos bien lo necesita. Y trae demasiada. Tiene clonazepam, que es controlado, tramador, que es controlado, y tiene un producto de marihuana, que marihuana no pasa eso. Usted va a regresar caminando a México ahora. Sí, a deshacerse de esto. No le van a castigar de esto, pero ya lo dejé advertido que no puede hacer eso.
Son para mi esposa, el doctor nos da los medicamentos. Que no lo puedo pasar, yo no sabía eso.
Siga.
It was his first time with this offense. It was an honest mistake. Supervisor decided to just give him a warning.
Se va a ir por aquí hasta llegar a México. Cuando esté en México, entonces va a deshacerse del medicamento y entonces puede regresar. ¿Ok? Once he's in Mexico, he has to get rid of all medications and he can walk back to the United States and go to Phoenix to visit his wife.
I need an officer to AQI X-ray, please. Control medication.
My AQI specialist at the X-ray machine have a subject there with an abundance of medication on the controlled substance list.
Okay, so got a second deck from the guy, and asked him what medication he says Viagra. Says for his dad. Ask him twice. Okay, so Viagra, no other medication. No other medication. Get in there, get in the envelope, finding all these bottles of tramadol, about 400 pills worth.
Okay.
So,
Did he say he was just getting it for his dad? I mean, did he bring any money with it? Anything else?
Bringing it for his dad, so it's his dad's.
Okay.
And never said tramadol, just kept saying Viagra.
Okay. Temple?
Okay.
Subject was claiming that the medication was Viagra, but it turned out to be tramadol.
I mean, that's a red flag for me.
For that many pills, if he's done it repeatedly, there could be prosecution, there could be jail time.
Okay, let's see what we have. It seems that we have cigars. I'm gonna open that one. We're gonna pick up the ones that I believe that are cigars. We don't allow Cuban cigars in the United States because of the embargo. People go to the extremes of buying these cigars thinking that if they're coming from Europe or they're coming from another country, it's okay to have them. No, that's not okay. So we are going to inspect this. Let's see if they are cigars, indeed if they are cigars, or something else. Okay, they have the logo, Republic of Cuba, hechos a mano, made in by hand. So I like to open them and make sure that indeed they have cigars, not anything else, another illicit substance. Boxes are well made, crafted. You can actually see by the bags that they are high quality cigars. There is something about the Cuban cigar that is just intoxicated and scream luxury. There are so many Cuban cigars coming into the United States. We collect all the cigars, we send them to Seize Property. Seize Property collects all the things that we seize. They bring it to an area where they actually burn everything together. The ironic part of this is, yes, the cigars got light up, but not in a nice way.
People are crazy this weekend. There's a lot of people on the road. It's hard to tow a boat in this tight space. Boom, we made it. We're going to the Cadiz. That's a place that they conduct searches using the scanning system. That they can see everything inside of the vessel. It's like when you get an X-ray of your body. I talked to my supervisor, LeBron, and he's gonna meet us at the Cadiz where we're gonna conduct the search. If we find anything illegal on this vessel, any contraband, the subjects are gonna be arrested and everything is gonna be seized. If we don't find anything, all 3 subjects are gonna be released without any incident. La que hay. Me dice, ¿lo sigo corrido? ¿Lo sigo?
Papi, cuéntame, ¿qué es lo que hay?
Mira, yo no tengo mucho de los detalles así. Lo que me está es lo que tú dijiste. ¿Por qué tienen que mentir?
Exacto. Siempre dijeron que no, que de culebra y de culebra. So, nada, ya tenemos el border search, so from now, lo que diga el X-ray, we'll go from there.
They're just gonna conduct the X-ray right now, the machine, and if we see something weird on the vessel, we start searching the area.
Dos neveras detrás del asiento.
Dos neveras detrás.
Lo que está abajo son las baterías.
Sí, eso está en la center medio.
Y entonces lo que está acá y lo que está en el center console, que se ve denso.
Abajo.
Acá y abajo.
Sí, exacto.
Esto hay que chequearlo.
All right, we'll see.
Okay, hi, Baba.
We just passed the X-ray on the vessel. Everything looks normal besides some compartment in front of the vessel. They just got into the vessel with the scope and all the tools to search that area.
What is this?
Nothing. There's nothing in here.
El tanquecito, de batería. Yeah, there's nothing there. Como si fuese un cuadrito, no sé, eso no se ve. Ah, okay.
Vessel is clear. Let's go home. Whoever works tonight, you, me, and you. I'll see you guys later, but appreciate you responding on call out, day off. Thank you, bro. You guys rock.
Yep. Vessel is good to go. We're gonna turn the vessel back to the subjects and they're free to go. We try. As always, we get experience with this, a lot of experience. We're not taking any chances. We do our job and sometimes we lose, sometimes we win.
Papi, gracias por responder. Eres una maquinita, te saqué de la cocina.
Estaba haciendo una carnecita frita con tostones.
Le dijiste a doña, termina.
Y yo, mami, brega con esta situación.
Termina, que me tengo que ir. Gracias, papi, de verdad que gracias.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to do a pat down. Do you think you know me?
Good?
Yeah, we're good. The subject was claiming that the medication was Viagra, but it turned out to be tramadol. It is a restricted medication. People do abuse it.
Just so you know why you're being detained, right? So it's the fact that it's an opioid and it's a Schedule IV opioid, which means you need a prescription to bring it into the United States, to import it. Okay. That's why it's being looked at. Thank you. All right.
Depending on the final count of the medication, it could be to where he does get a full arrest and will go to El Paso PD.
I'm just a little surprised. When I bought it, it was medicine over the counter that we went to the pharmacy for. No prescription needed.
Okay.
I was just doing a favor for my dad and my dad's neighbor. A part of me thinks that my dad thought it wouldn't be a big deal, but it's something that could actually lead me to jail.
In case you do try to bring any other medication, really look into it, bro. He was calm, he was very cooperative. It wasn't until we started telling him that it is a controlled substance that he started to get a little upset, not with us, but with his family. And he seemed a little nervous that he might be in some trouble.
So what you got?
Gonna be a lot.
All right, sir, so it looks like you're gonna be assessed a penalty. All right, it's gonna be about a $500 penalty. If you're unable to pay for it today, you'll be given a promissory note that's issued by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Service. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks.
We'll get you out of here as soon as we can.
Definitely some relief. But if I recall, the last I have in my bank account is 50 cents. So I'm gonna have to work something out with my family members. It makes me realize that in the future, I have to be more wary of what I'm crossing. From now on, only my personal items.
Okay, just get your social and then give it to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You can sit down properly.
The subject was educated on what he can and cannot bring, and it's a hefty education to learn, but it stops him from doing it again.
Here you go.
If we can stop this medication from getting into the hands of somebody that is negligent with it, like a child, that's a win to keep it off the streets.
So we've got DT 12, 13, 14, and 15.
We had intel letting us know that there's possibly a shipment of counterfeit goods. So we're here to check it out, conduct an inspection, and make sure everything is in compliance.
So it's already up there.
So we got to get one of these guys.
Yep. So this one, they have it declared as consumer goods, coming from Thailand.
We had other seizures before. It's all the same packaging. They use the same color bags. How many are they supposed to be?
6 pallets. So we got 4 over there, and it should be 2 more. All right.
Thank you.
We got 6 skids.
We're gonna take a look at this one real quick, see what we have here.
It's a lot of cigarettes. Yeah. I don't believe Marlboro ships their cigarettes in burlap sacks.
From the packaging, it looks pretty legit.
Yeah.
But this cigarette is using the Marlboro logo.
These are counterfeit.
But if you look at the cigarette, Marlboro will usually have their brand around the filter, and you can see there's no branding. It's nothing. When you smell it, it doesn't give you a strong smell of nicotine or anything like that. I remember when my father used to smoke, it was more of a strong smell. They just don't feel right. legit cigarette companies, if they bring cigarettes into the U.S., they will put cigarette as part of the manifest, not something vague.
Yeah, they would declare it properly as cigarettes and not consumer goods.
This large shipment is not for personal use. This is obviously for commercial sale. Someone's going to be selling this either by packs or cartons.
So we got 50 cartons per box. We got 16 boxes here, and we got 6 pallets total. So that comes out to 4,800 cartons of cigarettes times 200. Just shy of 1 million cigarettes.
That's a lot of cigarettes.
They're gonna be incinerated, so we'll turn it over to seized property. They'll take over possession of it and then eventually burn it.
The smuggling of counterfeit cigarettes, it's a public health issue. People that are buying these cigarettes, they don't know what they're smoking.
Cigarettes are already dangerous as is. Now you gotta smoke counterfeit ones, you don't know what's in there.
So it's a good find, and it's a good dent that we're gonna be making in those groups. That's it.
Yep, on to the next one.
Where are you guys going tonight?
We're gonna stay in Far.
And what's in Far?
My son.
Your son? Oh, so you're going to visit your son? Okay. Gracias, señor.
Sure.
Enjoy visiting family. Buenas noches. ¿Cómo está?
Bien, gracias a Dios.
¿A dónde va, señor?
San Antonio.
No problema. Abra la escuela, por favor. Gracias. Avocado o piña? Pásale.
Gracias.
Claro.
We're gonna have a kilo and secondary.
I'll be right out.
The subject came into the U.S. with a backpack full of pills. She's a U.S. citizen that just arrived in a Mexican taxi. Our officers found a large quantity of medication. We don't know what it is.
We're dividing them by 10. Once we finished everything from the bag, we'll do a final pill count.
Chief. They found pills in every single pocket inside the backpack. But yeah, just everywhere.
Okay. 995 white pills. Can you do the green ones?
Yep. The capsules have no identifying marks. The amount that she has can indicate that her intent is to distribute the pills. But right now we need to figure out what they are. I'm gonna use our Gemini machine. This day and age, there's a problem of pills being sold on the black market or on the streets, and you have no idea what these pills are. They could contain fentanyl, which could be deadly. We have to assume the worst.
Let's do this.
Today we're going to be conducting a random ferry inspection, assisting PRPD, Puerto Rico Police Department.
The ferry from Culebra, Puerto Rico runs constantly throughout the day. That's a method of transportation for the people that live there. It's a beautiful island where a lot of great people live. Unfortunately,
drug traffic organizations use the ferry to traffic their loads. Culebra, Puerto Rico, it's close to U.S. Virgin Island and British Virgin Island. Drug traffic organizations only have to travel a short amount of distance to move the narcotics or undocumented citizens to Culebra. And from there, they take the ferry into mainland Puerto Rico. In Culebra, they already clear customs,
so they can easily transport into the U.S.
Let's see if we get lucky today. Papi, ese está alto de carro, ¿viste? We have a Puerto Rico Police Department K9 and a couple agents here along with us. Aquí. How you guys doing?
Evening, how are you?
Sigue. Ese carro, Marco, va a preguntarle si tiene algo. ¿Algo ilegal en el vehículo que debamos saber?
Tenemos un negocio en Culebra.
Ok.
Y siempre venimos los lunes. Y regresamos los mismos y compramos
Perfecto.
mercancía y viramos.
Ok, perfecto.
Lebrón. Esas maletas tira allí.
Esas maletas que dejaron allí, ¿las abandonaron? A ver. Everybody got off the ferry. 6 bags got left behind. Sí, están cargadas. K9 is checking for narcotics. Oh boy. Can I alert positive to the stand of narcotics? Vamos a abrir aquella primero. Están altas de kilos de perico. Mira, pregunta que les hago. Estas maletas no son de ninguno de ustedes. Esto que está aquí. En Culebra se montaron, las dejaron ahí, o cuando se bajó la gente, vieron que había policía, la dejaron ahí y que arrancaron.
¿Esas maletas no estaban ahí?
Ahora mismo las maletas no tienen dueño. Dejaron estas 4 maletas, esas 6 maletas las dejaron abandonar. Sí. Papi, están pesaditas.
Sí.
Yo, ¿este ferry tiene cámaras adentro?
Sí, arriba sí.
Ok.
Hello. Y esta es la escalera.
Ok, aquí donde están.
Esta es la escalera de ese lado.
¿Esto dónde es?
El lado de la escalera, el izquierdo.
Ok. ¿Para el área donde están las maletas? ¿Ahí hay cámaras también o no?
No, aquí en ese esquina no hay cámara.
No hay cámara.
No.
Ok, está bien. Gracias, brother, de verdad. Lo agradezco. Drug trafficking organizations are very tight. It's very hard to catch them here inside the ferry with it because they have multiple lookouts all over the place, even before we even get to the area. Cada uno coja su maletita. Muchachos, les agradezco su ayuda, ¿sabes? Pasen buenas noches. We opened one of the bags. It had what appeared to be narcotics inside. We are going to take all the abandoned bags back to the Fajardo Marine unit here down the road. And there we will continue opening bags and we'll see what we can find in there.
We're gonna check it out in the high value cage. Okay. This shipment that we targeted, it's declared as jewelry. We've been noticing a trend lately where a lot of jewelry is coming in and it is counterfeit, trademark designs.
There you go. This is our shipment right here. I guess we'll take it back to the office.
Yeah, take it back to the office, open it up there.
Open it up and see what we got.
We have all these companies importing counterfeit jewelry into New York. People buy something cheap thinking they're getting the real thing, but it's not. This shipment is coming from Istanbul.
There you go. Got some gold.
I'm looking for any markings that could be found on the jewelry, trying to identify the purity of the gold. It looks like it says 14K. This looks to be real gold. But we'll still have to do our own testing just to verify it. We're looking for any trademark violations or if there's any name brands. This right here is pretty much identical to a Cartier design. So this is a good indication that we'll have other intellectual property right violations. I'd see a few luxury companies here. Based on the packaging, it's not legit. A luxury good company would not ship their jewelry like this. They did declare it as gold, but obviously they didn't say this is counterfeit jewelry. They have this manifested total shipment value at $4,086. And just based on our previous seizures, this is way more than what they declared at. This is probably more than $1 million here.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, way underdeclared. That's a violation right there. And the intellectual property right violation is another one on top of that. This is gonna be seized, and then we're gonna inventory all this.
So let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Good find, good find.
When these importers, they bring the shipments here, they don't declare it, or they bring counterfeit goods, they're breaking the law. It's our job to make sure that these shipments are stopped. A lot of the shipments that come in, they're groups that are involved in criminal activity, and they're using the shipments as revenue. So something small like this, like a counterfeit jewelry, could be funding their operations.
What's your rope?
Hopefully it will come up with a substance that can be identified. She could tell us that they're aspirin, but it could be anything. Tramadol. Tramadol hydrochloride. Now we can test the green and yellow pills. Tramadol. So now we know that both the white pills and the yellow and green pills contain tramadol, which is a Schedule IV controlled medication that requires a doctor's prescription. She has no prescription for it. She has a large quantity, more than 30 days worth. Once we get a final count, we're going to present it to the HSI agent and he can make the determination. Our officers just found out she had tried to cross earlier today, less than 2 hours ago, through pedestrian. And she was told that she could not bring the amount of pills that she had. So now, here she comes back a couple hours later in a Mexican taxi trying to do the same thing. We're just trying to figure out why she has so many pills and her intent. Because of the large quantities of the tramadol, an agent's going to come and talk to you. We are going to seize the tramadol.
What is going on? What?
You know what's going on.
Can I have my cellular? Is it possible?
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to have your cell phone.
My friend is just calling. She's coming to my hotel. She was coming. I mean, she's complaining also.
She asked for her cell phone, but I'm unable to provide it to her. She mentioned that her friend was coming from Mexico to meet her. Is that friend also bringing medication? Maybe this is part of a medication ring.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and count each 10 to make sure we got 10 rows. It's good to get organized, make sure everything is accounted for correctly. Worst case scenario, you end up with, an off count.
$29.96
total.
The greens.
How many of the white?
$9.93, sir. 3,989 pills. It's a lot of pills.
We're just gonna have you in here. We are going to move her over to our general officer area so that somebody is watching her. HSI has arrived. He has been briefed to her past crossings. He will talk to the assistant U.S. attorney and she may be arrested.
3,900.
Go!
Good seizure for tonight.
The United States does have a drug problem, and it is our job, being the front line, that we stop all illicit drugs coming into the United States. Tramadol is a dangerous narcotic that can be abused, and if it is used in the improper way, can cause death. It's a significant seizure, and I'm proud of my officers for everything that they did.
¿Cuántas hay? 1, 2, 3.
4, faltan al frente.
Las dos me caían 5 al piso. No asusten, por favor. Es la que está abierta.
Estaba bien.
All right, let's see what we got. There we go. Oh, wow. A lot of drugs.
Next one.
We got more here.
Gonna be a lot.
Vamos a hacer como 150. Sabe, cuando él está conmigo siempre hay acción, siempre, sabe que siempre estamos gozando. Claro, esto sí que huelen a perfume.
Right now, on average, we got 25 bricks in each baggage. We still need to test it.
Todos estamos con guantes, so nobody has touched him without gloves. Cocaine test card, insert it. Cuando haga clic, vienen aquí. Positive for cocaine. 157.8 kilograms of cocaine. Van a hacer 2 filas abajo. We're going to turn it over to our partner agency, Homeland Security Investigations, to continue the investigations. They will then transfer the narcotics to the Drug Enforcement Administration. It's always exciting, it's always thrilling to get this stuff out of the street. Adrenaline gets pumped up. We know the danger of this job. We know what we're facing out there every day, but we do it at 100% and we do it with a lot of enthusiasm. Today is a great day for Air and Marine Operations and Puerto Rico Police Department.